is Election Day. Cosmo Macero Jr, Associates, Peter Kagis of the Boston Phoenix. We learn on Drudge today, gentlemen, that Barack Obama is looking thinner than ever. He says he's skipping meals because he's been so busy. Nice to see your work ethic does not suffer the same fate, gentlemen. I like to see that.
Not taking my cues from Barack.
That's good.
I'm eating his extra calories.
I think that's important, especially you don't want to vote on an empty stomach, gentlemen.
I'm stimulating the economy.
That's the best way to do it.
If I skip a meal, I may never find another one.
I think you'll be okay. Election day in Boston, among other cities. Mayor Menino looks like he's going to be reelected. We don't know for sure, but let's assume, for the sake of argument, that he is, Cosmo. What's the number that Michael Flaherty needs to get that impresses you, that jumps out at you today?
Look, I think Michael Flaherty has already been very impressive in this campaign. I think it's most likely the mayor will probably or likely get something more than 60%, and Michael Flaherty will likely get something more than 30 in the 30s. What's important here, though, is he really has elevated the discussion in this. He is not the next Peggy Davis Mullen, or whose career basically ended after she was defeated by the mayor, or even Maura Hannigan, who's Suffolk County clerk magistrate, which is fine. Michael Flaherty probably won't be mayor tomorrow morning, but you're going to hear from this guy in the future because of the way he's done this campaign. Because of that, I'm already very impressed.
I'd agree with Cosmo. He is the first opponent Menino's faced in years who's not what I'd call a sorehead candidate, who just have the people who are ticked off at City Hall running. He's also the author of, one of the most unexpected political moves in the city by his embrace of his one-time opponent, City Councilor Yoon.
Where does he go after tomorrow?
The same place Flaherty goes. Taking an eye on City Hall, I think.
So in other words, tomorrow morning, say it's 60-40, Menino wins. You're telling me this is a win-win-win. Menino's happy, he gets a big win. Flaherty's happy because he may run again, and Yoon is going to stick around because he's Yoon.
Yeah, I don't know. No, there's only one winner.
Yeah, no, I don't know if Yoon enjoys the same advantage by any stretch that Flaherty does. I do think that
lesser. You're right. Lesser advantage.
I do think politically it is a win-win for Flaherty because he's got a future. He's young. He's shown that he knows how to run a campaign in the city that's credible, and he's put the city on notice that change is around the corner, even if it's not coming right now.
Another number of other races going around the state, around the country, etc. Give me one other race that you're watching today, Cosmo.
I live in Cambridge, and I got to keep an eye on the Cambridge City Council race. 9 seats on the council, par for the course, 21 candidates. You need a program to follow them. And, the issues are usually what you expect: social justice.
Never mind that. You've got 21 candidates, and you've got to vote for 9 of them?
Yeah, you got to rank them in order.
And you have, it's a 1 through 9?
It's a 1 through 9. So they talk about
how long are you going to be in there?
Green energy, animal rights. Every once in a while, some whack job talks about snow plowing and street lights and stuff.
We don't need that in Cambridge.
None of that stuff.
We need to make it a nuclear-free zone again.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go in there. I got my program, and I'm going to go in there today and vote and make an impact.
You're really comfortable with your top 7, that 8-9 position. You're not sure.
I haven't done enough work on Tom Stolman. I got to really dig in on him.
What are you watching, Peter?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm watching an election that just ended halfway around the world in Afghanistan, where you have the brother of the president of the country is a CIA-financed drug dealer. Now, Hollywood can't make this stuff up. I mean, to me, outside of Boston and perhaps Cambridge, that's the most fascinating election.
Suddenly Billy Carter doesn't look so bad, is what you're telling me.
Billy Carter doesn't look so bad, and this is the nation that we're thinking of sending tens of thousands more young men and women to die for.
So you're voting in the city elections. I thought you would have said the city council race and Tito Jackson. Don't you have an obligation to vote for a guy whose name is Tito Jackson?
Hey, Tito Jackson
He's an actual person.
He's an extremely impressive young guy. He has a real...
It's irrelevant to me whether he is or not. His name is Tito Jackson. Aren't you pulling that lever?
He's also a legend, and he's already a Facebook legend, the way he's managed his Facebook campaign.
Who else has a song and who else has a dance? Check out Tito Jackson.
And I don't think he's going to win, but nonetheless. Let's get off politics for a second, gentlemen. A story in the Boston Herald today. Tufts tops the list. $51,000 a year for Tufts. There's 9 colleges and universities in Massachusetts now that are charging over over 50 grand a year. You're both parents with multiple kids. Gentlemen, I know the heavy hitters are paying you a lot, but they're not paying you enough to support that. How are you guys going to do it?
I don't know. I'll tell you.
He's closer than I am.
Everyone's, the media, of which I'm a part, says everyone's worrying about health care. Well, I know a lot of people are. I'm worrying about how we're going to pay for college. And I mean, really worrying. I can, in other words, just when we're done paying off our house, our primary investment, we're probably going to have to remortgage it.
There's no question higher education is a good investment, but more and more, the issue is who makes that investment, the parents or the kids. And either you're going to sort of doom your golden years to being crushed in debt, or you're going to start your kid off in life crushed in debt. It's one or the other, and it's a really difficult decision to make.
Why is education inflation raging at such a high level? It's up there with health care. And why are some college presidents making these making these 7-figure salaries?
Why do I get the feeling Cosmo Jr. is going to be a legacy admission at UMass?
I'd be proud as heck, yeah.
You'd like paying that check a little more than Tufts, I have a feeling.
Think service academies.
Even public higher education is extremely expensive.
Cosmo, Peter, they're the headers. Next week we'll talk about post-election stuff, gentlemen.